what we're going to be talking about?
You, darling.
Me? Oh
We
my
are
God.
live here at the Pink House. Welcome, welcome, welcome to all my Pink House viewers. This is a treat for me, and I will explain to you what I mean by that in a moment. But I am so excited to have this guest on today that I have, and that's Miss Traci Hill Fisher. And she's going to tell you a little bit about herself, but let me tell you a little bit about our relationship. I met Miss Traci about maybe 2 years ago now, and
Yep, about
in
that.
Mary Kay, they have directors that even if you're not members of their unit, they have such a Miss Go Give spirit that they allow you to come into their unit to benefit, participate, to be built up and edified. And that's what Miss Traci did. And so it has made a lasting relationship between her and myself. And I just want you guys to get to know Miss Traci. And so we're going to find out a little bit about her entrepreneurship journey, how it began, where she is now, and to tell us what it means when you are recognized in Mary Kay as a Miss Go Give. So, Traci, why don't you take it away and tell us just a little bit about you? When did you
Okay.
start your Mary Kay career?
Oh my gosh. Well, Lenny, thank you so much for having me on. I feel so honored that you would think enough of me to invite me into the Pink House. I really am elated to be here with you. So I started my Mary Kay journey 32 years ago.
Wow.
32 years ago. Yes, I was just looking to make a little extra money. And yeah, I had fallen in love with the product and was invited to a party and was really impressed with the consultant and left there thinking, you know what? I think I could do this. And a few months later, my girlfriend asked me to join, and I said yes. I had already made it up in my mind that I knew it was something I could do, and thus began my love affair with this company and the marketing plan. So, like I said, I already loved the product, and I loved everything the company stood for. So
When you
yeah.
first started out, were there any challenges that you had to face starting out early in your Mary Kay career?
Well, sure. You know what? I was a new mom. My daughter was 6 months old, and I know I don't look that old, but she's 32 now, right?
No,
So,
because you use Mary Kay. You don't look that old at all.
so my daughter was 6 months old. I was freshly out of college. I was newly married. So I was working a full-time job. I was also teaching dance.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was doing a lot. I was busy, but I always have been busy, a person that likes to be busy and stay busy. And so I think for me, the biggest challenge was just kind of fitting it in, weaving it in, knowing what I wanted to do and how much money I wanted to make, and then just being able to do that and keep up with everything else. In addition to that, I think it was just, I had a made up mind. I had a made up mind that I was going to give this a try. I was excited about it, and I loved the product. And yeah, and so that was really just my only really big challenge in the beginning, was just trying to figure it all out. Being fairly young, I was 22, and but I had a desire to succeed at the business. And so I took the coaching that was provided to me. I did what they said do. I went where they said went. I did it how they said to do it. And yeah, and it just kind of fell into place at that time. Over 32 years, it's been a relationship, right? It's been like any other thing. Sometimes I didn't want to see no Mary or no Kay. I didn't want to see no K's. I didn't want to see nothing, right? It was in the closet, wasn't thinking about it. Still washing my face though, but
Right.
but yeah, so there were times when I was like, you know what, I don't think I want to do this anymore. But sometimes when you have just a burning in your spirit and in your belly, some people say about something and achieving a goal and being able to help others and change lives, you just kind of circle on back around to it. And and so that's kind of how it's been over the years. Yeah.
So here's my question. How long have you been a director in Mary Kay? How long has it been that you've been a director now?
Okay, so I have been a director a couple of times in the organization. This is my third time around, actually. I like to tell people, I have been at this level at every decade. in my life, like the first time I did it, like I said in the beginning, I took the coaching, I did what they told me to do. I did it the way they told me to do it. And next thing you know, I was a sales director. I was leading a team and I was earning a free car and, I was making, a good part-time income from it. And as life would happen, I went through a divorce. I went through a slump. And I stayed in that slump for a long time. When I said I didn't want to see no Marion, okay, it was like 10 years. 10 years.
Wow.
I just, I used the product, I serviced the customers that I have, but I wasn't growing a business,
Right.
but I still loved everything about Mary Kay. And I had no desire to step away from it. I wasn't in a place where I could see myself succeeding,
Sure.
succeeding any more than, where I was at that time. And then down the line, my recruiter and my director at the time, she was going for the highest level to become a national sales director. And as part of that, she said, I need you to come back. I need you to, to do this again. And me always wanting to be a team player, I was like, okay, I'll do it. I'll do it for you. And so
Right.
the second time, that's what I did. I did it for her. I did it for her. I did it for our team. I did it so that we could become an area. And, as life would have it, when the economy kind of tanked in, I guess, when was that? 2008, 2007, 2008, it
Okay.
became a little difficult, became a little challenging. I lost my regular job and then my brain went down into that slump again. Rather than
Okay.
using that as the momentum to do more, it kind of really shook me.
Okay.
And so I stepped away again. I stepped away from directorship at that time again. And, this time around, it's been since 2015. And I did it for me. I did it
Okay.
for my retirement. I did it for the love of, okay, now this is where I am in my life. And this is what I want, for me. And so, yeah. And so this time around, it's been 5 years and I'm here to stay. I'm here to stay. So I can, I enjoyed the journey of getting back to this place. I enjoy the journey now of helping women and men and helping them realize their goals and just finding those places and having those aha moments about who they are,
Right.
innately as people. So yeah, that's good.
And it just helps me to appreciate, because see, this is stuff about you that I didn't know, to really appreciate that stick to itness. Like you said, when it came back
Yeah.
around, you still had that love and that desire in your heart. You never
Mhm,
walked
mhm.
away from the product or what
Right.
have you. And so that was always there. And so that this, like I said, this is a side that I didn't know. So that was something
Yeah,
good. That was
I
nice.
don't tell a lot of people about it. People know, some people know. You've been
Right.
around me and K long enough and you've seen the faces, the people.
Right.
And yeah, but it's kind of like it's it's part of my platform, it's part of my story, it's part of what I share when the opportunity is right, when
Right.
the opportunity is right. Yeah.
So now let me ask you a question. I know from being around Mary Kay, I hear it all the time, but I really don't know what it means. That when you are recognized as a Miss Go Give, that's the highest accolade that you can get in Mary Kay. And you, my
Yes.
friend, have been recognized as a Miss Go Give. What does that mean, a Miss Go Give?
Well, thank you. It basically is an honor that is bestowed on. So at the company level, the national level, the company selects a Miss Go Give every month, and then annually they select a Miss Go Give, and then so
Mhm.
that's at the national level, and then at your area level. Um, the area selects a Miss Go Give, and then at the unit level, at the smaller unit level, units can do the same. So at my area level, yes, I was honored as the Miss Go Give this last year. And I think one of the reasons why it is such a prestigious thing or such an honorary thing is because you are voted on by your peers. So it's the people that you work with, that whose lives you have touched, who are now saying, you know what, I want to recognize him or her for what they brought into my life.
Right. Oh, that's
And
beautiful.
yeah, so that's kind of why it is such an honor to think that, women and men that I've had a chance to mentor and to engage with thought enough of me to say, you know what, I want her to be recognized for that. So Yeah.
That's wonderful. Now, let me ask you a question. For young women starting out, be it Mary Kay, be it any type of entrepreneurial journey, what are maybe three nuggets you might would share with them starting out into trying to become an entrepreneur? What's something that you would share?
Okay. Three things that I would share. Okay. So let's see. First of all, I would say if God gave it to you, then don't let anybody change your mind. You know, if you have an unction, an inkling, a desire for something, if it is in your, your little girl dreams, your little boy dreams to do something and to achieve something, don't let anybody change your mind about it. Don't let anybody change your mind about it. Challenges come, and I think it is having that passionate desire to achieve something,
Mm-hmm.
um, is number one. Number one. And number two, you've got to be willing to work. People,
Okay.
entrepreneurship, people can think appears glamorous, but it's work. It's
Mhm.
work. Now, the work can be fun, it can be hard, it can be challenging, it can be however you want it to be. That's why it's important to have a desire and a passion for something, because, baby, you're going to put in some work. You're going to put in some work to get there. You hear me?
Uh-huh.
It's going it's going to put it be some work to get there, and that work may be just the networking. It may be taking the time to educate yourself and learn about whatever it is that you need to learn to hone your skills.
Hmm.
All of that is the work that goes into mastering whatever it is that you're looking to do. So have a passion for it, be willing to work, and then I would say the third thing is be willing to fail.
Be willing to
Be
fail.
willing to fail, because when a failure is just a stepping stone to getting to the success, to getting to the success,
Okay.
and so fear and failure actually live in the same place in
Okay.
us. And so we have to make a choice. Are we going to be fearful, or are we going to be willing to press forward to get to wherever that next level is?
That's great. So now, what would be three things, three nuggets that you would say to a young person, and don't necessarily have to be young in age, but young and trying to be an entrepreneur, to not do? What are three things that you would say not to do in order to not hamper their success?
Okay, I would say do not hang around negative people.
Number one.
Number one, do
I'm
not
agree with you on that one. Yeah.
do
Numero
not hang
uno.
around negative people. Yeah, do not because there are dream stealers out there and dream catchers. And like I said, if it's a dream, if it's a goal for you, if it ain't gonna kill nobody, it ain't gonna hurt nobody, then go for it. Then do it,
Right.
right?
Right.
Because you never know unless you try.
Right.
And those dream catchers, well, are you sure that's so
Right.
don't let the negativity and the naysayers um, pull you down, because everybody is not going to be in your corner, and not everyone wants to see you succeed either.
Right.
So keep your circle tight and close, and keep it positive. And then I would also say, so don't get stuck with the negative people. Don't take advice from people who are not where you want to be.
Good one. That's a good one too.
So, we always say attach yourself to someone's coattail who is going where you want to be, or who is where you want to be, because negativity and all of that, you can get stuck in there. You can get stuck down. And unfortunately, people like crabs in a barrel, like crabs in a
Hmm.
barrel, right? They'll pull you down in a minute. And so you want to surround yourself with those people that are where you are. So don't get stuck with the people that's not where you want to be.
Right.
The negativity, don't get stuck with the people that are not where you want to be. And three things not to do. One other thing not to do. Don't give up on yourself. It may not look like you want it to look. You got to be willing to trust the process. If you have a process and you have a plan laid out, I guess maybe that's what I should say. Don't fail to plan. Don't fail to
Okay.
plan. Um, you know, because if you don't have a plan, then you ain't gonna know how you're gonna get to where you need to go. even
Right.
with the, with the least little things, getting from point A to point B to point C. Have a plan. Definitely have a plan.
Okay. Then looking at your climb, your entrepreneurship climb, and where you are now, would you change anything?
Oh my gosh, would I change anything? Absolutely. I think I absolutely would. I think for me personally, and where I am and where I've been, and the successes and failures that I've had, I would say I would have pushed a little harder. I would have pushed harder sooner,
Okay.
for me personally. Yeah. I'll be honest, I'll be transparent. And, fear set in, keep setting in, right? But
Mhm.
if it doesn't scare you, then the goal is not big enough, right?
Okay. Right.
So I think at times personally, I've played it small, I've played it safe.
Okay.
Um, where I realize, now at this point in my career, um, that I could have been a lot further along had I not played it safe and had I been willing to push just a little more.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Mhm. Well, those are some very, very positive,
Hmm.
upbuilding information and advice, because there are so many. In doing this, I've met so many young women that are trying to carve out their niche, and
Yes,
that's
yes.
sort of one of the things that's always being kicked around. So what do I do? What do I don't do? And that's why I like to
Hmm.
ask seasoned entrepreneurs when they come on, what's the advice that you would give someone, starting out? Because sometimes that's a problem too when they don't have the right mentors, the right people
Right.
to,
Yes,
like you said,
yes.
to get advice from.
Hmm.
And so that's just really, I really appreciate you sharing that, because it's that wisdom that
Yeah.
you've developed from your experiences that's going to
Hmm.
help the young lady watching this to say, oh yeah, okay, if I apply that, maybe it'll help me get to this next level better,
Yeah.
with,
Absolutely.
yeah. So
Absolutely.
I really
Mhm.
appreciate that. Then my next question is, so what are your future goals for yourself now in your Mary Kay business? What's your
Oh
goals now?
my gosh. My goals now. Oh my gosh. So I really haven't touched the surface of, what's possible. Well, I've touched the surface. I've touched the surface. I've earned several pieces of jewelry, the use of several cars and a couple trips. But there's so much more. There's so much more that is out there on the table in this particular arena for me to achieve. So I think for me, it is really um, not passing over opportunities to reach people that maybe I thought, oh, they're not going to be interested. They're not going to be interested passing by. To really just be willing to put myself out there a little more. So definitely opportunity for me to succeed and achieve more and reach the next level. So, yeah.
And I love the fact that one of your unit members is your mom. How is that, having your mom, who
Oh
is,
my God.
let me say this, let me say this, who is a rock star.
Yes,
She hits every goal that's out there.
he
How is it
does.
having your
He
mom
does.
as a unit member?
Oh my gosh. It is it's a help and a curse. No. It's great because I am in awe of her, right? So just somebody
Girl.
that is just, almost 80 years old and just has a desire and a drive to be successful at this. She is a major, and a salesperson at heart. She loves this product,
Girl, yes, she
and
is.
yes, she does. And she just, she has an amazing client base, and she's my biggest cheerleader. I think that is like what is so dear to me. Like I don't know where I would be without her, really. On my team, I don't know where I would be without her. And she was not my first recruit. She was not my first recruit.
Okay.
But really what happened was she was my best customer at the time.
Okay.
She was my best customer and she was buying from me, buying from me, buying from me. She loved the product. And she actually had been introduced to the product, in the 70s.
Wow.
And and so she loved the product, but she was seeing me bring money home every week. At the
Right.
time, started my business, I was staying with them at the time, and I was working my full-time job. Like I said, I had all this stuff going on. So I would give her my money back and say, "Mom, could you take this to the bank? Could you deposit this money?" And she's looking, and she, and then she's thinking about. So she actually recruited herself because I never asked her. I never asked her. She said, "You know what? I think I need to sign up to do this." And I was like, "Okay."
She said the money bag is what got her, right?
The money bag is what got her, right? The money bag is what got her. The checks and the cash coming in, right? So, she
That's
put two and two
beautiful.
together.
I
Yeah. So
saw a live that she did.
it's been wonderful.
About it.
I've loved traveling with her. Going to seminar. I've loved seeing her success. I've loved cheering her on, and it's been great. It's been great having her there.
Because it's like a mother and daughter duo in reverse. Because usually it's the moms that are in, and then
Right.
the daughters follow them. And so I think it's just such a sweet thing. And I saw her
Yes.
a live that she did about a week and a half ago, and she was saying that I was told I don't go live often enough, so I'm trying to do this. But she was great. She was great.
Yes. Make sure you tell her that, because
I
she
did.
reached
I
out to
sent
me
you a text and I
afterwards.
told her. I said,
Okay,
"You
good.
were
She's
great."
like, I just did my live. Could you go look at it?
Because I was wait a minute, I was right there trying to chat with her in it, but she must not have got that part down because she wasn't recognizing
Right. She wasn't recognizing. No.
chat. I said, okay, so I sent them one afterwards, but she was great.
Yes.
I said, Miss Christine, you did great.
Yes.
But yeah, so
What an
it's
inspiration, trying to embrace technology, at this stage in her life. And I'm constantly pushing her, Ma, you can figure this out. You got it. You can figure this out. So, just a joy.
so
Absolutely a
it's
joy.
just been a treat. Meeting you guys.
Yeah.
Really. I just enjoy it so because of again that and I like to say that go give spirit, but that is innate to your personality about
Yeah.
giving and sharing and trying to help those, that want to help, and so
Yeah.
for me
And
personally, I appreciate that. Yeah.
yes, absolutely. So let me just say this too. It's the Mary Kay way. I consider myself, or I am, a legacy director, a legacy consultant, because I got an opportunity to actually be trained by Mary Kay Ash herself.
Wow. What
And
was that
so,
like?
oh my gosh, it was. So of course you had to be a director at the time, but
Mhm.
so I was, when I had gone through that first little period and had done everything they said to do,
Right.
it really was my love of the product and the opportunity to make the money that got me excited about starting. So when I went to my first seminar, my first big convention in Dallas, I was just going because they said go, and because I was excited about learning more about the company, right?
Mhm.
And so I always tell people, when I went to that convention, that I was in Mary Kay, but when I left that convention, Mary Kay was in me.
Wow.
Yeah, because even from afar, as a new unit, as a new unit with my director, we were sitting way in the back because you get the seating based
Right.
on your unit's production for the
Production.
year. So
Mhm.
we were sitting way in the back in that arena, and I kept thinking, what? You could feel the charge of energy. You could just feel it in the room, feel it in the arena. And when she came on stage, just the flow, it was like a shock wave of energy and cheers and applause. And it was like, whoa, for this little lady, right? And
Right.
so I didn't know what I was seeing at the time.
Mhm.
And then when I heard her speech, and it just sounded like, even from way back there in the back, that she was talking just right to me. And
Wow.
the tears started flowing, and just her vision and her request of us to pass it on, to pass on this opportunity, that there's a woman out there that needs you to share this opportunity with her. um, and if you pick up the charge to do it, that is all she asked. And so I think for me, that is what has kept me rooted in doing things the Mary Kay way.
Mhm.
Yeah, it really has. And so that go
Beautiful.
give thing is just it's what we're supposed to do. It's what we're supposed
Right.
to do.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, you do it well, my friend. You do it well.
Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so
And
much.
so not going to keep you long. I just wanted you to come on and talk to the Pink House and share your story, because your
Mhm.
story is going to benefit somebody that sees this, especially somebody starting out as a young entrepreneur, be it male or female, anybody that's
Mhm.
watching it on the
Mhm.
Pink House, to help them to see those little things, how to navigate and maybe incorporate some of that go give spirit within themselves on their
Right.
journey, because it'll help
Mhm.
make it a little smoother along the way. And so I
Absolutely.
personally want to thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. This has been a dream of mine, a dream interview. You know, they say I've had a dream interview. This has been a dream interview since I started this. And, you know, I've been wanting to get you on and just introduce you to the Pink House so that the ladies out there can see, you know, there's something else you can do. There's something else you can do. You might
Yes,
want to think about
absolutely. And
this.
I
Yeah.
want to just thank you and encourage you for the platform that you have created.
Oh, thank
You
you.
were doing an amazing job, and I know that lives are being changed by what you are offering
Thank you so much.
here at
I
the Pink
really
House. Yeah,
appreciate that.
really, really
I'm
wonderful.
going to end our recording, but I want you to stay on for a few minutes. Ladies,
Okay,
this has once again been Traci Hill Fisher at the Pink House. All right. Thank you for watching.
all right.